It is so common we rarely pay any attention to it. We take it for granted, quite honestly, unless we're extremely thirsty and we need a drink, or we're terribly dirty and smell and need a shower. It is tasteless, it is odorless, it's transparent, it's nearly colorless, and while it is itself lifeless, every living thing, whether it's a plant, animal, microorganism, or fungi, depends on it for survival. And of course, I'm talking about water. Now, when we go back to elementary school, we remember one of the first things that we learned was that water consists of two elements. H2O, 2 parts hydrogen, the most abundant element in all of the universe. Of course, it exists as a gas, which means it takes on the shape of its container. It's the lightest of all the elements, and ironically enough, it's also combustible. And I say ironically enough because we know that water is used primarily as the means of extinguishing a fire. Of course, we know that oxygen is also a gas. It's the most abundant of all the elements on the earth. And up to 80%, think of this, up to 80% of all the oxygen that we have on the earth comes from the earth's oceans. Now, for human beings, we know that water's the primary substance. It's the primary makeup of our body. They tell us that our weight is approximately two-thirds of our weight is water. That's our physical composition. History also records for us that the earliest civilizations were built around significant water sources. People recognized from the very beginning of time the vital asset that water played for the existence of life. But why? How? Was this an innate knowledge, or was this something that took place as the result of an evolutionary process? Now, we understand that water is necessary for life, but quite honestly, very few of us appreciate the marvel that is the mystery of water. So many vital points to make. Understand the characteristics of water are uniquely suited for life. Nothing else remotely comes close. Take, for example, the 3 states of water. Those 3 states, solid, liquid, gas, water, ice, and vapor, are recognized by the extensive margin that exists between the boiling point and then the freezing point. And those temperatures and that pressure plays a significant role in water's ability to regulate the temperature of the human body. It keeps our bodies at a stable 98.6 degrees. Why? Because of the unique characteristics that is water. The water that takes care of our bodies and regulates our temperature regulates it consistently, despite the fact there is constant fluctuations in temperature in our environment surrounding our bodies. Water is a universal solvent, able to dissolve other substances. It helps us with our alertness, with our short-term memory, and also has a significant role to play when it comes to our mood, our disposition, our attitude. Have you ever wondered how water nourishes those mammoth sequoias in Northern California and in Southern Oregon? It's because the surface tension of water is absolutely unique. Water in plants possesses the ability to flow upward against gravity. And in the process, it brings life-giving sustenance. It brings nutrients of life to the leaves and to the fruit and the flower of the plant. It reaches the very highest levels of those redwood trees and those sequoias. Why? Because of its unique surface tension. Now, what makes this subject in my mind even more fascinating is the fact that almost 98% of all water on our planet is salt water. And salt water, as you well know, it can't be used to sustain life. A high percentage of sodium chloride in water is not conducive for life in either animals or even in plants. In fact, when salt water is absorbed through the surface of the earth into the soil, it causes the ground to become dehydrated. Plants in the process are poisoned and then ultimately die. But our earth has this remarkable purification system that's designed to eliminate salt from the water and then take that water, that purified H2O, and dispense it all throughout the globe. How does it do it? Through evaporation. Evaporation takes place on the ocean waters. It leaves the salt behind in the ocean. And as that mist rises into the clouds then form and are easily moved by the wind all around the world to then make their deposit of water on the land, providing for vegetation, providing for animal life, providing for people that which is absolutely necessary for survival. It's a system of distillation that sustains life on this planet, that is a system of recycling and then reusing this precious element, this precious ingredient, water. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. Hey, thanks for joining us on Reasons to Believe. Tell somebody else about our videos and follow us on Facebook. Check out our YouTube studio, and we'll see you back here next time. Thanks.